if you're the kind of person that's bounced back from failure on more than one occasion in life, people will have praised you for it. They'll praise you for your energy and your enthusiasm, for your get up and go, and everything that it's taken to get back up on your feet again. And we all love praise, and you will have believed that what people have been telling you about all your positive characteristics, that you will believe that those characteristics are actual success itself. That's not true. And so I want to tell you a story about what happened to me about 20 years ago, and from which I never recovered. 20 years ago I was married and I had 2 toddler children, and my marriage got into difficulty, and ultimately it ended up in divorce. And quite separately from that, I had a very, very successful business in the area of mapping, and I was providing maps for people in the construction industry who were and for private people who were going about getting planning consent and that type of thing, for people who are registering title and property, for farmers, environment, and also for people who are going to court. And along with that, I had a digital printing business which dovetailed in very nicely with the mapping. And all that came to an end around about the one time. You'll remember the Lehman Brothers crash in 2008. Well, that put paid to my mapping business. And then if that wasn't enough, I was the subject of, shall we say, official attention, which required me to spend an awful lot of money at that particular time, while my sales in the mapping business were in free fall. So that put paid to everything. But I had a decision to make. What about my children? And when I was growing up, what I missed sorely in my own growing up was my father's involvement with me. And I said to myself, well, I'm not going to bestow that on my children. That's not going to be my epitaph. So I made a decision that at that point I was going to prioritize my children, the well-being of my children, and I was going to prioritize being present with my children. Now, at that time, my mother was living in a very big house with lots of bedrooms. So the natural thing to do was to move back in with her. And that I did. Now, that also had the benefit of, well, it had the benefit of this. It had the benefit that there was myself and my mother. So there was a man-woman situation in the house for my children. Also, I have a lot of siblings who had played a role in my children's life up to then, and I had lots of nieces and nephews. So I had overwhelming family support, and for a bad situation like divorce, I was very well situated to make the best of a bad situation. And insofar as those kind of situations can work out well, they didn't work out. They worked out far from perfect, but on the other hand, my children did end up being equipped to deal with the ongoing situations that are entailed in that type of story without going into detail with it. So the moral of the story is, and that I'd like to convey to you, is that if you're in a situation like that where you do have children, your presence in their life is very important. I would suggest you, in fact, I would appeal to you, I would implore you to prioritize your time with your children, because there are so many, we all know so many men who are very high up in the earning stakes, and you know, money is their god at the cost of time with their children, and their children come to regret it. And unfortunately, it happens very much to people in the medical profession, where they think that nobody can do without them. They think that their presence is necessary for all these other people. So I would say to you, to prioritize your presence and your time with your children. It's an investment that won't be reflected by money in the bank, but it will be reflected in the confidence and in the hearts of your children, and in their ability to surmount obstacles and difficulties in their own lives. We bring to our children blessings and curses, unfortunately. So that's my message. Now, if you have anything to say, if you have any opinions or views on what I've just said, I'd love to hear them. So you can make a comment down below. I'll be bringing out more videos in the next couple of days, and if you feel that you'd like to hear those, well and good. But you can subscribe and they'll come to you automatically. And if you like what I've just said to you there, why don't you smash the like button as well? So I hope to see you again in the near future. Thank you very much. Bye bye.